All right, Shalom. I want to give all praises and honor and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Wahaba Kwadash. I want to say double honors to the apostles and the elders at Great Millstone for teaching his word in truth and sincerity and for ruling well. And salutations to my fellow Akim across the four corners of the globe, preaching in the name of Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai. Hey, this is the brother Gabar Yahweh from GMS Hawaii coming to you with another live lesson. And today's live lesson is it's a big one right here. It's this article was posted today, well, March 23rd, which I think is the 24th now. So it was posted yesterday. Okay, it was posted yesterday, and the spirit had me come across it. It was sent to me actually, and man, this is a hard hit. This is right here. If this don't prove that they're preparing the people for the chip, the RFID microchip, I don't know what to tell you, man, because this article is clear as day, and I got another article on it. Also, I want to get that video with Alex Jones speaking about the RFID chip, man. All right. And shalom to the Akim across the four corners of the globe. Preaching in the name of Yahweh Bashim Shai. Again, all praise honor glory to Yahweh Bashim Shai. Double honor to the apostles and the elders at Great Millstone for teaching his word, truth, sincerity, and for ruling well. Salutations to my fellow Akim across the four corners of the globe. This is a brother Gabar Howard for GMS Hawaii. I'm coming to you in another video. Today's live lesson is entitled the Market of Beast Update. Okay, Market of Beast Update. The House Democrats will create a digital dollar. Okay, and this is what they're talking about. This is what they're having a big issue about, is how to disperse this so-called Trump money. All right, this Trump money to the people. And they're slack here. I'm sorry, brother. I'm excited. At the same time, I'm trying to find this quick snippet what this dude said. All right. But anyway, the House has come up with an idea to basically, it came from the elite, to distribute this so-called Trump money, or this money that they're talking about giving the people. All right. And this article clearly not just suggests, but it's pretty much letting you know that this thing is from now until this so-called thing is over, which is not going to be over. All right. They're using this crisis to usher in the market of beasts. Okay. So it says House stimulus bills, okay, envision digital dollar to ease corona recession. It says proposed legislation meant to shore up the U.S. economy during the corona's pandemic includes a recommendation to create a digital dollar. A virtual greenback would help individuals and families survive the shutdown of businesses and series of shelter-in-place orders, which resulted in skyrocketing unemployment claims and potential severe recession. It says, under the draft bill shared last week, dubbed the Take Responsibility for Workers Family Act and the Financial Protection and Assistance for American Consumer States, Business and Vulnerable Population Act, the Federal Reserve, the nation's central bank, could use a digital dollar and digital wallets to send payments to qualified individuals, consisting of $1,000 for minors or $2,000 to legal adults. Both bills employ identical language around digital dollar suggestions. Okay, that's the market of beasts. The term digital dollar shall mean a balance expressed as a dollar value to RFID chip. That value and that RFID chip is the digital dollar. And it says consisting of digital ledger entries that are recorded as liabilities in the accounts of any Federal Reserve bank or an electronic unit of value redeemable by an eligible financial institution, as determined by the Board of Governors of the Federal Reserve System. It says the Fed will likewise be in charge of the digital wallets, maintaining them for receipts, and that's all part of that the blockchain. So they're gonna know what you spend and what you take out, and if you owe them anything, they're gonna take it. And if you go against them, they shut your chip off, man. It says neither bill indicates that the program would use a decentralized ledger or any sort of cryptocurrency project. However, digitizing the dollar in general is seen by many influential figures as a necessity for the U.S., with former commodity futures trade commissioners J. Christopher Giancarlo and economist Julie Shelton, who U.S. President Donald Trump has nominated for Fed board. Okay, both claiming the nation may lose its financial hegemony if it fails to do so. So they basically saying if the U.S. don't move to this cryptocurrency, this digital dollar, they're going to lose their hegemony over the world. But check this out. Just want to show you how it's going to be supposed to given out to you. It says the bill follows Representative Rashida Tlaib's unveiling of the Automatic Boost to Communities Act, which would provide an individual in the nation a preloaded debit card. The card would initially hold $2,000 and be given an additional $1,000 until 1 year after the COVID-19 pandemic is contained. And we already know how these so-called debit cards work and how they're easily manipulated to either be stolen, either to be lost. Okay, and so they're just gonna get out with the card, and they're gonna go to this digital currency, and it's gonna be the RFID chip, man. It says it right here. It don't say RFID chip, but it's talking about giving you a debit card, and then you're going to be getting $2,000 a month with an additional $1,000 until 1 year after the COVID. So basically, they're giving you money, and this money is going to cause a lot of people to take this chip because they need money. They want to be able to survive in this society, and it's right here, a digital dollar. This is the chip. Under Tlaib's bill, the U.S. Mint would issue 2 trillion platinum coins, which the Fed would purchase using credit. The Treasury Secretary would sweep the newly created reserve funds from the Mint account to the regular Treasury General account. The bill reads, these funds would then be dispersed to U.S. residents through the program. In the long term, the card infrastructure should be converted. Listen to this. In the long term, the card infrastructure should be converted into a permanent Treasury administered digital public currency wallet system. That's the RFID chip, man. That's the chip. That's the chip. That permanent digital currency is going to be that RFID chip, man. They're not going to keep using no credit cards, because when you go use the debit card, you got to press in your PIN number, and when you pressing in that PIN number, guess what? That's germs, and you can get the so-called coronavirus from touching other things. So this going to be where you ain't touching nobody, man. You ain't touching nothing. They're going to get rid of that card and give you the chip. The Democratic bill comes as Republican-led Senate remains in limbo over its own bill to stimulate the economy. Democrats have now blocked the Republican spending bill twice, arguing $500 billion program grant the Treasury Department too much discretion and little transparency over how funds will be dispersed to corporations. Okay, so that's the chip. This permanent digital currency that's about to be applied is the RFID chip. There's another article from the blockcrypto.com. The draft of the Corona stimulus bill written by the House Democrats will create a digital dollar. That digital dollar is going to be the chip. It's going to be the RFID chip, and it's evident. It says again, it basically repeats what the other one said. The draft bill appears to incorporate elements of a proposal from Michigan Congresswoman Rashida Tlaib, dubbed the Automatic Boost, that calls for the eventual creation of a permanent Treasury administered digital public currency wallet system. Additional, as CoinDesk noted in its coverage of the draft stimulus bill, a separate bill proposed by Democrats' House Financial Services Committee for a digital dollar proposal. All right. Digital dollar details. As proposed, a digital dollar would exist in a digital dollar wallet. That's going to be your RFID. That's how they're going to take it. That's your wallet is going to be that digital RFID. I mean, not digital, but that RFID chip. It's going to be connected to what? Your digital wallet, which is further defined as a digital wallet or account. Remember what Aaron Russo said, right? Remember what he said right here.
my friendship with Nick Rockefeller was when I was running for governor, and the goals of the banking industry, not just the Federal Reserve System, but the private banks in Germany and England, all over Italy, all over the world, they all work together.
Yeah, and that's why this coronavirus is a worldwide thing, and they're implementing the same tactics in each of these different countries: shut-in rules, shut-in commands, or shut-in mandates. Okay, certain length feet. Okay, that you can be in contact with another person. Okay, emptying the cities, stopping business, forcing this whole thing to collapse because they want to bring in a new system, and which is going to be the chip.
Central banks, and they're all part of the Communist Manifesto. You know, central banking is one of the major planks of the Communist Manifesto. We talk about America being a capitalistic country, but yet at the same time, we have a central bank that plans everything for us. Chips is enough, and the whole agenda is to create a one world government where everybody has an RFID chip implanted in them. All money is to be in those chips, right? There'll be no more cash. And this is getting straight from Rockefeller.
You
so
see,
they want to accomplish.
That digital currency, that is the U.S. digital dollar. That's exactly what this is. That's exactly what this is. And they're going to call it something else for the other nations, but here in America, they're calling it the digital dollar, which it says, as proposed, the digital dollar would exist in a digital dollar wallet, which is further defined as a digital wallet account maintained by the Federal Reserve Bank on behalf of any person. So they're gonna be over your money, over your account. You ain't gonna have no control over that. They will. That represents holdings in electronic. Listen to this. That represents holdings in an electronic device or service that is used to store digital dollars. Electronic device or service. Okay, that is used to store digital dollars that may be tied to a digital or physical identity. You see, the RFID chip, man, the market of beast.
And all money will be in your chips. And so instead of having cash, anytime you have money in your chip, they can take out whatever they want to take out whenever they want to. If they say you owe us this much money in taxes, they just deduct it out of your chip digitally. Total control. Total control. And if you're like me or you, and you're protesting what they're doing, you can just turn off your chip.
There you go.
And you have nothing. Yep. You can't buy food. You can't do anything.
It says you can't buy food, Revelation 13 and 16. And he calls us all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their forehead. And this is how he's going to cause it. He's causing it by his system, financial system, his old fiat system crumbling, crashing due to this corona pandemic. Okay, and then they got to figure out a new way to give out money so that people can what? Buy and sell. That's the whole thing about the digital currency. And this is how he's causing it to happen. And then when he's going to, what else? Other things he's going to do. This nigga, he's going to bring in all your celebrities who's telling you to stay shut in, stay in your houses. He's going to get all these celebrities and people that people idolize to tell you to take your chip, man, because they got theirs. And billions of people are going to follow these people and allowing situations to make them take this chip. All right. And he calls it all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond. So it don't matter if you rich. It don't matter if you poor. He going to cause you to take this chip, free and bond. If you locked up, if you so-called free, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. And just like Aaron Russo said, you won't be able to buy anything because if you ain't got the chip.
Protesting what they're doing, they can just turn off your chip, and you have nothing. You can't buy food. You can't do anything.
Yeah. And what's the biggest thing that they're telling people to purchase? Food. You're in this situation now, and it's the most important thing that they're telling the people is to get food and stay in the house. Get food, stay in the house. Well, if you can't use your card anymore, if you can't use the fiat currency, that dollar anymore, they're gonna make you use that chip, and it's gonna come right along. It could come right along with the so-called vaccination, or they could just flat out say, "Hey, this is the way to do it." All right. Let me go back to this article real quick. It says that this is hot off the press, man. This is hot off the press, man. It says which is as proposed, the digital dollar would exist in a digital dollar wallet, which is further defined as a digital wallet or account maintained by a Federal Reserve Bank on behalf of any persons that represents holdings in an electronic device or a service that is used to store digital dollars that they may be tied to a digital or physical identity. The chip. The text also refers to a pass-through digital dollar wallet. That means a digital wallet or an account maintained by a member bank on behalf of qualified individuals, which are such qualified individuals is entitled to a pro rata share or a pooled reserve balance that the member bank maintains at any Federal Reserve Bank. Pass-through digital dollar wallets appear to be the vehicle by which Americans would access funds deposited by the government. So you're gonna get that universal pay, $1,000, maybe $2,000. The wallets would be held by Federal Reserve member banks via separate legal entities, so they can control it. The member banks with total consolidated assets excess of 10 billion shall promptly offer individuals the ability to apply through online telephonic means for the pass-through digital dollar wallet. The text states such wallets, the bill goes on to say, would not be subject to an account or balance related fees, and member banks would be required to provide functionality and service levels not less favorable than those of the member bank offers for the existing transactions accounts. Member banks will be reimbursed each calendar quarter, so they're gonna give them the money back that they're spending, man. We are here, man. We are here. This is it. It says payments were paid. It says the term qualified individual means any individual 16 other than any non-resident alien individual. According to the text, payments will be phased out, but not below zero for those making more than 75,000 per year. One thing does appear apparent in the text that the proposed stimulus payments would not necessarily be made via pass-through digital dollar wallets. Rather, the Treasury Department and the Internal Revenue Service may also make them otherwise by check, which they ain't gonna do, man. Because what if everybody got a check that's gonna create lines, that's gonna create long queues, and they don't want to do that. They don't want to do that. This is Revelation 14:9. Because if you take this chip, hoping to preserve your life in this fucking society, this wicked kingdom, you're gonna lose your life, man. Revelation 14:9, because there's a judgment for that. And the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast and his image and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of the Most High, which is poured out without mixture into a cup of his indignation. And he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb. So that's going to be your judgment. You're going to be destroyed by that nuclear fire, man. Okay, for worshiping this beast, which is the beast system. This whole EU, NATO, okay, which is the revised Roman Empire all over again. And like the brother said, Esau can still turn your chip off, right? If he don't agree with you, he don't want you here, he'll just cut your chip off so you can't survive. And that's how they're gonna make it. But the elect gonna survive through power and spirit and power of Yahweh Shai, along with that faith. All right. Okay, this is I want to get another scripture because we're not fooled by this. 2 Corinthians 2:11, lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. And that's what this is. This whole pandemic thing is nothing more than a device of the wicked. And it forcing the people to bow down to him and seek his help, man. But you go down there if you want to, and you're gonna be destroyed, man. You know, this thing is gonna try the whole world. This is big, man. This is big. This ain't small right now, man. I'm telling you, this is real big. Okay. This is big, man. That's the chip. Where is this Salakia? Revelations 3 and 10. Revelation 3 and 10. This is big. This is big. Revelation 10, 3 and 10. Because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon the whole world to try them that dwell upon the earth. Okay. And that's that chip. That is the RFID chip. That is the hour of temptation, because you're going to be faced with either death, you're going to be faced with either death, hunger, starvation, or taking the chip so that you can so-called survive here, man. But either way, you take the chip, you're going to get put to death, man. So if we have to give up our lives for Yahweh Shem Shai in this world, guess what? Which we've already done anyway. Hey, let us do it for righteousness, for not taking the chip. Okay? Because you're going to be destroyed anyway. Your life ain't going to be preserved. You know, you're going to preserve for what? For a moment? Esau don't want you here anyway. You don't know what's in that chip. You don't know if they got a kill switch or nothing. And even if you did, you still shouldn't take it because it's the mark of the beast. And it's obvious. This is the digital dollar to ease the corona recession, man. This is it, man. We are here. This is that moment. This is that moment. And this was posted yesterday, March 23rd. Both articles I'll put in a description box. You brothers can do your own lessons on it. But this is big, man. This is the RFID chip, man. And I just read it. They got read this portion right here, the digital dollar details. And then when you go right here, they talking about keeping it in there, keeping that thing going on for a whole year until until 1 year after COVID-19 pandemic is contained, man. So this is this is big, man. This is big. All right. So I just wanted to bring that out. This is a major update. This was a quick update, hot off the presses. Okay. I don't give all praise and honor and glory to Yahweh Bashem Shai. Give honor to the apostles and the elders at Great Millstone for teaching his word of truth and sincerity and for ruling well. Salutations to my fellow Akim. Keep pushing, keep striving. We're almost out of here. Hey, Shalom.